down below about this video subject, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
From once being the fastest growing family channel on YouTube to becoming one of the most hated names on the platform, Daddy O'T2h's story is one of the darkest downfalls in YouTube history. What started as simple family prank videos spiraled into disturbing emotional abuse caught directly on camera. Why did you do that? Leading to public outrage, lost custody of children, and a complete removal from the platform. But what most people don't realize is that the family behind Daddy O'T2h never fully disappeared. While the official channel was deleted, the parents Mike and Heather Martin quietly resurfaced online. First under the rebranded Family O'T2h channel, then later on TikTok under the name Mummy O'T2h. And in 2023, they even attempted to relaunch themselves through podcasts and music, seemingly trying to rewrite their image after everything that had happened. Yet, no matter how hard they try, the internet simply hasn't forgotten. In fact, their return has only reignited old issues and conversations about whether someone with a history this controversial should even be allowed a platform ever again. This is the story of Daddy O'T2h's awful return to the internet and how their lives have been completely ruined in the process. I'm Indart, and as always, make sure to subscribe with notifications on. From 2015 to 2017, Daddy O'T2h posted almost daily vlogs and pranks featuring Mike Martin, his wife Heather, and their 5 kids. Around this time on the internet, family channels were the absolute peak of entertainment. Therefore, the views climbed into the hundreds of millions, and the channel reached 750,000 subscribers. One of their most viral videos is the Invisible Ink prank, where in this upload it shows the mother spilling fake invisible ink onto their carpet, then raging at their child Cody for making the mess himself. What's important to point out is that the parents pranked some of their kids a lot more than others. Their daughter Emma would barely react to any extreme prank they attempted to pull on her, while Cody would have an insane meltdown every time he was in the spotlight. And this wasn't an isolated incident. Other uploads showed Mike messing around with his kids, swearing at them, or encouraging fights between the siblings. What the Martins called pranks looked to many like genuine abuse. Therefore, it wasn't long before controversy started to spread about them everywhere online. By April 2017, YouTubers like Philip DeFranco brought massive attention to the situation, compiling the most disturbing moments into exposés that would unknowingly at the time be the end of their channel as a whole.
Then people start digging deeper on the channel to find more and more instances of the kids crying and in distress. One of the kids, in particular Cody, being by his dad. Austin face planted by what now turns out to be his. Alright, I never thought I'd be saying this, but I have kind of a beautiful clip coming from the Joe Rogan Experience. Now just bear with me, because in this clip, Joe Rogan is talking to another MAGA voter, and they both seem to be skeptical about Trump's election fraud claims. They say, is Trump just lying to us about that? They both seem to realize that Trump's been a shitty, no-good president. And here's the thing. They've realized this a little bit too late. Joe Rogan seems to now have these weekly realizations that, oh wait, the guy I voted for does want to report to absolutely everybody. Oh wait, the guy I voted for does want to attack the media and basically every single check that we have in our system. And as I see Joe Rogan go through these realizations, it just makes me wonder, where were you when Trump was running on this? They ran saying mass deportations now. They ran saying that they were going to target political opponents. But either way, the reason why I continue to cover this, and it's quite controversial, people in my audience disagree, but it's because Joe Rogan is sort of a microcosm of how a lot of Americans feel. Whether we like it or not, Joe Rogan has a massive, massive platform, a massive audience, and something that he does is he kind of just represents the average bro voter. Or broettes, women voter, it doesn't matter. I have so many friends that I went to college with or high school with that just casually listen to Joe Rogan, both guys and girls, not because of politics or anything, but just because that's who they listen to. So we need to understand where the average person is, and this is a really good clip. In this clip, Joe Rogan and another MAGA voter, Dave Smith, discuss how Trump was acting kind of weird and dodgy about the stolen election stuff. So the first clip is going to show you Joe Rogan talking to Dave Smith, and then it'll cut to Joe Rogan's interview with Donald Trump that happened a few months ago. So check this out, and tell me for yourself if Trump seems to know anything about a stolen election. By the way, make sure you subscribe to the Adam Montman feed. We're trying to hit 2 million subscribers and beat all of our MAGA competitors. You guys make that possible. Thank you.
So I agree with all of that. I'm just saying, like, once you've made these statements and your administration is in. No, I remember. It was one of the most interesting parts of your podcast with him. Was like when you asked him about that, it was like you really didn't have anything to back it up.
If that was you or if that was me, and if there was some reason why I knew that they did something, and I could give you all the facts, I would have that ready for anybody. Because for 4 fucking years, they've been telling him he's crazy for questioning the election.
Yeah.
So after 4 years, I'd have a fucking tight 10 minutes on the election where I could just rattle off at you and rock your world with it. Like, these are the facts, Jack, that you were robbed in 2020.
Yeah, totally.
How do you think you were robbed? Everybody always cuts you off. I'm going to allow...
Well, they not only cut you off. Well, what I'd rather do is we'll do it another time, and I would bring in papers that you would not believe. So many different papers. That election was so crooked. It was the most crooked election.
Okay, but give me some examples of how.
Well, let's start from the top of the easy ones.
Okay.
They were supposed to get legislative approval to do the things they did, and they didn't get it. In many cases, they didn't get it.
What things?
Anything.
Legislative approval
like for extensions of the voting, for voting earlier, for this, all different things. By law, they had to get legislative approval. You don't have to go any further than that. If you take a look at Wisconsin, they virtually admitted that the election was rigged, robbed, and stolen. They wouldn't give access in certain areas to the ballots because the ballots were stolen. They weren't original. We could go into this. We could go into the ballots, or we could go into the overall.
Are you going to present this ever?
Present this ever? Trump goes, we could get into it. We can get into all of it, but I don't want to. It's funny because then Joe Rogan, a few months later, seems to really realize, you've been talking about this for years. You should be able to bring up the facts.
I knew that they did something, and I could give you all the facts. I would have that ready for anybody because for 4 fucking years, they've been telling him he's crazy for questioning the election.
Yeah.
So after 4 years, I'd have a fucking tight 10 minutes on the election where I could just rattle off at you and rock your world with it. Like, these are the facts.
But Joe Rogan is saying he didn't have anything. He didn't have a tight 10 minutes. He didn't even have a tight 1 minute. He seemed frazzled. And that's where, for Joe Rogan, the emperor has no clothes. The emperor came on his podcast and tried to explain the election fraud thing. It didn't have any substantive example whatsoever. And listen, for all that we dislike Joe Rogan, I know a lot of people think that he's just only in it for the money, that he's a secret closeted MAGA, or whatever. I think for all that we dislike him, it's nice seeing him act skeptical of this current administration in some regard. But the problem is, he doesn't seem to understand what he even voted for. I mean, watch this clip of Joe Rogan talking about amnesty for undocumented immigrants. This dude doesn't seem to know who he voted for.
And then there's this pushback on amnesty. People have this crazy pushback. Like, there's someone that's been here for 20 years, they've been working on a farm, and they're good people, and they've established a family here. Let's figure out a pathway to amnesty. And then there's the hard right pushback. They're like, fuck you. You got here illegally, get the fuck out. It's like, those are jobs Americans could do. It's like,
do you know who you voted for, man? You voted for the people who were holding up mass deportation now signs at the RNC. So this is the problem. I truly, truly believe most Americans are not okay with Trump's radical style.
There is no solution to this other than sitting there accepting it's all failed. We're going to have to start again, and we're going to need some people who actually understand the gravity of the problem, understand that we're going to have to find ways to make friends with arch enemies and worse, because in the end we're going to be dependent on those resources for us to have any hope in the future of being able to dig ourselves out of this terminal decline into what I would literally call a third world economies, and being able to build, and I would think it'd be possible to build it relatively quickly, but still we're talking a decade, where we can move through being an emerging economy and be a first world, economies again. But to do that, we're going to have to embrace the multipolar world. We're going to have to embrace win-win cooperation and realize unipolarity is dead. The dollar is no longer the world's reserve currency, and we will no longer have a world reserve currency because we don't need it.
Wednesday, August 27th, 2025, MedEcho 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. Today I have the pleasure of speaking to a regular guest, Paul from the Serious Report. Welcome back, Paul. How are you doing?
Well, Mario, it's a pleasure as ever. It's great to catch up again. Yeah, everything's fine my end, and good with you?
Yeah, very good. Everything's great, except, of course, for what's going on outside in the real world, or in the world, so to speak. But as I always try to think, Paul, I can only do what I can do, the best that I can do, and it's very difficult to try to change what the powers that be and other people do. But be as it may, it's good to know what they're doing, and it's one of the reasons why I like to have you on. You do some great macro analysis, and I like to let the viewers know as well that Paul has had for a while a YouTube channel, and I highly recommend it. It's the Serious Report, and you can learn about all the other services he provides through the YouTube channel. So, Paul, I wanted to start with, actually, I'm going to refer back to Vladimir Lenin. Yeah, that old guy. He said once, there are decades where nothing happens, and there are weeks where decades happen. They say, AI Overview on Google says it's attributed to him. So, even if it's not him, it's an interesting quote, and I think it makes sense. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because you've recently spoken about the fall of the West, and then it got me thinking about the fall of the Iron Curtain, the Soviet Empire, or Eastern Europe. And I remember that really well because I was an adult, so I was in my early 20s, and it happened so quickly. It's a little bit of what Lenin supposedly said. Something that take decades or it's maybe centuries sometimes happen in weeks. And if I look at the timeline here, yes, Olin kicks off the fall of the Eastern Curtain, and that was June 1989. And then every month from June to the end of the year, all these countries, all the communist regimes in the Eastern European bloc collapsed. And by 1990, they were already having free elections. By 1991, the Warsaw Pact collapsed. So it was very quick. So my question to you is the fall of the West that you have spoken about recently, do you think it's going to happen very quickly as well, and will take a lot of people by surprise?
I think firstly it will take a lot of people by surprise. It's rather like what happened in what was the Soviet Union. When I did some on air channel with a friend of mine, Paul, which were listening to, because he experienced it through growing up in Latvia with sort of fall of the Soviet Union, and he discussed it, so I can get people to listen to that.
from that perspective, as he pointed out, we've discussed it many times, people are totally surprised. I mean, because effectively the statement that permanently came out of the Soviet Union or out of Russia was everything's fine, there's no problems, everything's robust, the economy's fine. Nobody was actually paying any attention in that regard to reality, as everything was just slowly sinking into the abyss. And in that
This channel is a group of investigative journalists who make educational documentaries showcasing an educated society, especially parents and legal guardians, about potential scenarios that result in young people and adults conversating online if left unchecked. We conduct thorough interviews with consenting adults in an attempt to understand their perspective on why they partake in these conversations online with people that are not of age. The goal of the interviews with these individuals themselves is visit any of the brand users, PII. YouTube is not medical to harass people, plantism, or vigilante behavior. Such as take the law into your own hand or not notifying law enforcement when suspected crime takes place. We are investigative journalists. Trigger warning. Some of what can be discussed in these videos can be sensitive to some, emotional, or stressful. The only goal of these videos is to educate the public. At the end of each video, as of September 1st, 2022, there will be an educational portion at the end to discuss what was talked about in the video and to discuss what you can take from that video and learn from and tell others about. Our goal here is to bring awareness and educate the public. Now the video will start.
We don't want to get you in any trouble or anything.
We're not the police, brother.
Not the police. We don't think you're a bad guy, man. We just have a God's honest conversation. Sit down at the bench.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Cool. You look nice.
Thank you. Gene, my friend, if we thought you were a bad guy, we wouldn't be here talking with you. This is obviously we have to have these conversations. You know what I mean? So, who are you coming here to meet today?
I thought her name was, we are filming it for safety reasons,
A lot of weirdos, but I promise you, I know we big dudes, but we're not going to do anything to harm you. You're going to look as good as you are right now when you leave. I promise you that.
Yeah. It's sensitive conversation, so we always make sure that we're protected is all.
So, and did she tell you how old she was?
Yes.
How old did she say she was?
She said she was.
Well, you know what, man? I appreciate it. I love when you're honest.
Yeah.
You seem like a honest man, so.
We made a good decision.
Genuinely, I could just sit down like this and talk to you. So, I understand that, what's going on with you and your wife, man, but, why did you try to make a decision like this today?
Just, thought I was making a relationship and seemed very focused on wanting to do something, and I don't know, it was fun. It was more fun just messing around, playing around. I was definitely doubting about coming. Yesterday she asked me some questions about how I felt about her being that young. I thought that was a very mature thing for her to say. In retrospect, I understand what's going on now.
Yeah. So it was more her maturity.
Yeah, she was a lot older than just her age.
Yeah. Okay. No, I can respect that.
I can understand that.
Because, I get it. There's kids, especially girls,
Yep.
Do you have any girls? No, just the son?
The two boys.
Man, listen, my dad, he's the father of two boys as well. I know how much I have to look up to my father. And I don't want to ever have my image distorted of him or anything. And I would never want to distort the image of someone else's father. I know how important the father figure is. They're grown, right? But still, it doesn't matter how grown you are. Like, I'm 24. My dad is still my hero. So I'm not trying to distort how they look at you or anything, but, we have to have these conversations. They suck, I know, but you just have to. And, I mean, you're making it easy because you're being honest, you're being forthcoming. And so I think you could just genuinely tell us, like, what was going on in your mind? Like, why would you do something like that to jeopardize what you built, man? I mean, you seem like a very successful man. Why would you do something like that? Well, that's my second question.
Just interested in the thrill. It's I like the excitement. Uh, Not very much exciting me right now, so maybe that was just the end of the feeling.
Some touch of loneliness.
Yeah, the person seemed generally interested in talking to me, and
Yeah.
Do you not be getting interest from other women? That's hard for me to believe, me personally.
it's just, I don't know, it just seemed like she was interested in how she would see in life or what she was doing. She said she spoke a couple different languages. It just seemed like really intelligent person, and I don't know, just interesting.
How is someone that young? I mean, she's young enough to be your granddaughter. So what did you guys have in common besides?
No, not that I guess.
So was it all purely?
I think I was definitely interested in that, but I felt like we were having a relationship at some time.
Right, so you would try to build up a relationship with her? How would that have worked?
Yeah, obviously it wouldn't have worked out. I mean, it wasn't a place to go except for your friends, and
Just take it around. I mean,
yep,
can't take her to any events,
you're right.
company events, family events.
You're right.
Yeah.
Can't take her on vacation.
You're right.
So, I mean, what relationship possibly could have spawned that you thought of?
Nothing really. And it is ended in tragedy, but it's and it's
Yeah, I really do see the regret on your face.
Yeah, I do too. I do
It's
too.
not friend or Florida.
Yeah. Quentin Flowers, nice to meet you, buddy. So, this was just basically, if it was purely consensual, then, that's basically what you're after, is consensual. Like, you weren't going to force anything, right? No. Okay.
And then we got a vibe from you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we would have got a vibe that, like, okay,
Yeah.
you have the monsters where, you know what, I want you to like this. And stuff like
Yeah.
that. We were very respectful to her messages and everything, and that's why we thought, you know what, I think we can have a forceful conversation. But, it doesn't matter how cordial you are, and how nice you are, man. I mean, like, just this age and power gap,
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
It's alarming, you know what I mean?
so, I mean, I just have to ask, like, I guess I have to see this as being a catalyst for something else. So, when we're on, like, apps like Telegram or anything like this, or this stuff being sent, that kind of, like, maybe kind of got your mind and started off into this.
Well, I got on Instagram and was just kind of seeing what was out there. It feels like there's a lot of slide that going on with I don't know,
A lot of work.
young girls want to look older.
Oh.
Women want to look younger.
Have young girls been hitting you up? I'm not saying you've been hitting them up. Have young girls hit you up in your messages before?
Yeah, when I would respond to something or I comment on a picture or something, people seem interested.
And what would you have? Would you start out the comments with them? It's like that.
Comment on something that they posted or something like that. I don't know. So a lot of times I would, if I saw somebody that looked like they were, I don't know, upset about their appearance, and that it just seemed like a lot of young people just don't.
Just kind
I mean, like a father figure.
Yeah, I mean, really trying to do that, and some folks would show real interest in with asking an intelligent question or want to change the subject or ask about something else.
yeah.
Sometimes I post a picture about where I was traveling. And people were interested in
How often do you travel?
Yeah.
like every week.
Really? You
Right
been
on.
out the country a lot?
Not as much as I used to, but I did recently just
Really? What part?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't been to. I've been to.
I haven't.
I haven't been to Switzerland.
Yeah.
You got some good cheese out there?
They got a lot of good stuff.
You don't have to tell us where you work, but what kind of work do you do? Just curious.
Diesel and the salesman.
Salesman. Okay.
Man, that's a great job.
Yeah, and I'm sure. Yeah, so
Well,
I mean,
what are we getting to?
we're not the police, so yeah, you ain't gotta worry about that.
We don't want anything from you. I don't want you to think
I
like
think this is more like a kind of an intervention in a way.
we're just fathers like genuinely care about kids.
Yeah, we believe there's other ways of solving some of these issues. You know what I mean? And when we look at you, you're up.
It's like
You got your together.
It's one of those things where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you know what? People that run away from their problems,
Yeah.
they're never repentful. You know,
Right.
Are you a man of God?
It was.
What happened?
I got divorced in my church. Didn't want to be involved in
Strict church, yeah.
Really?
They
Catholic?
weren't that church. They weren't that strict. Presbyterian church.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't want me working in leadership.
Right.
Can I ask why? Was it?
My wife was on the deacon board. Just,
Oh, okay.
my ex, I don't know.
She's the one
That's
that
pretty nasty.
she's the one that had all the friends, and you were just kind of booted out the door then.
Are y'all
Yeah.
officially divorced yet or still separated?
Divorced at the time.
Long time.
Yeah, I'm even remarried now. And that's even worse than that.
Oh wow.
Really love my wife. And just, things have been really hard. And she's got a bunch of physical issues. And just, I guess I was just feeling dry. And,
Like, was she just not pleasing you? Like,
yeah,
in that way?
she I can't say it's kind of. I mean, things are getting better for her.
Well, you know,
I
those
should really
guys,
stay in I should stay with my vows and stick with her.
sickness and health, the death do you part, man. And I mean,
Yeah.
like, let's say, flip side, if she went for a younger man, and because of your elder, or maybe a shortcoming, how would that make you feel?
Yeah, I feel bad. I feel betrayed.
A lot of people, they don't get. I was over here assuming that it was because maybe you were lonely, want to have a second chance at love, but man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm even more disappointed in you now because I misread this.
I would agree.
You know, obviously, you know, your marriage and everything isn't any of my business or any of our business, but you know, that's just a sad thing to hear. And then, you know how women are when they're cheated on, they feel shame, and they always compare themselves to other women.
Yeah.
But now you can't even compare yourself to another woman because the other woman isn't even a woman.
Yeah, that would be pretty tough for her to deal with.
I mean, don't be sorry to us.
Yeah.
It's not us. But with these other young girls hitting you up on other social media applications, are they soliciting, asking you to meet, wanting to hang with you? Are they sending you pictures? 'Cause I'm trying to figure out this catalyst of like where this happened because I don't think this just started just out of the blue.
When you need to cure the cancer, you got to find out where it started and cut it out. You know what I mean? So we're kind of wanting to see maybe something happened up here that caused this. I mean, did you have any experiences as a kid, maybe like this, where you were as a kid that you're aware of?
No, I think I was always like a top student and it seemed like I wasn't as attractive to girls and that. More successful. It seems like I could
Gotcha.
people find me, see me more.
Gotcha. Okay.
But as I've gotten older, you become invisible again, kind of thing.
Yeah.
People don't really notice it.
Right.
Man, no homo, right? For your age, 68, right?
Yeah.
For your age, you're a good looking dude, man.
Yeah.
I like literally, you could have to pick a litter.
And you seem to be financially successful. So.
And you know that's what women want. And
Nowadays.
they want stability, they want to have a man, and I'm pretty sure I got both of your wives fell for you.
Yeah. And
Your wife that you have now, did she have these medical issues before you married her, or did it happen later?
it would actually happen if we met.
Okay.
She, and I mean, it's not about, I love her for her and the relationship we developed. We really developed just chatting online.
Oh, yeah.
And, when I met her, things really clicked. And she had a weight problem and some other gland problems and stuff.
Thyroid issues and stuff.
Now she's losing a lot of weight, and but it's
Not fast enough.
mobility issues and stuff with me.
Right.
She's been in pain a lot. And,
Yeah. Is she young too, or is she of age?
she's 40.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She's younger than I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you like them young, but, you know, I mean,
Yeah,
a little bit too young this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this message right here that you sent, I mean, this is why we have to have this conversation. He said, I will be an adult with you. My adult body will envelop and dominate your young adult body. Will you act like an adult at the same time, or will you be my good little girl?
Yeah, that's the kind that I was seeing online on Instagram and stuff, and the things that I've seen.
Yeah.
When people talk to people this young and stuff like that,
Well, they were all young.
Yeah.
That was
he said scenario time. I'm gonna sit on the couch.
she had said she liked these scenario things and liked what I did, and I was right. And, yeah, frankly, it was more titillating for me to write it.
I mean, I think
really good.
I wonder if you were an author.
I was gonna say, I think you should be a novel writer. Is the detail that you have in there?
With you sitting on my lap, I will use one finger. Your natural response will be to, I'll encourage you to practice. Then I'll use two fingers.
That's good.
Yeah, it's pretty hard now.
I know it's hard to do it now, but why was it hard whenever? I mean, something was hard when these were being written, but why wasn't it hard for you to consider this too?
I was in play.
It's kind of in the moment.
Yeah, the self gratification is better than the movie anyway. So it's kind of that's probably more I can say for me. At that point, she's not even really a real person.
Yeah. Well, she's real. Right. Yeah, but unfortunately, she is real. So, that's what's up here. Luckily, her parents reached out to us. And, yeah, it's...
Besides the flowers, did you bring any condoms with you? No. And you want to use any protection?
Actually, wasn't thinking we were going to get that far.
Really?
Yeah, she talked about not being sure, and I figured something else she said was implied to me that she wasn't convinced.
I think the chat logs would say differently, but I haven't read them all.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess yesterday she was asking me if I was sure I wanted to do this, and I was reading that, and she wasn't sure she wanted to do this. And
what was your reply to that? What was your reply when she asked you if you were sure about it? Your reply was what?
I said I was worried about it, anxious about it.
But you also said
I made a big. You know what I said? I mean, it was just.
Yeah, we do. But
I want to see.
This is kind of how it works, man. We're making you say the tough stuff, because that's where that's where you have to get to for you to get the full realization, psychologically. Even though it's hard, that's how you heal. That's how we help you. Is to get you to see the whole picture, and it's going to be gut-wrenching for you to sit here and face it, but that's the important part about it.
Look at it, just shove it under the rug.
Yeah.
Put dirt under the rug enough time.
Yeah.
Dirt's going to be popping out of it.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say,
Yes, sir.
I guess I feel like, as successful as I am and all that stuff, I don't really have the power in my life. I'm kind of a bobsled runner.
Right.
Why do you say that?
This feels like I'm constrained by work, constrained by having to live with my family and my wife. And this was a way to
Escape.
like it out for an escape kind of thing. Yeah. And I didn't think of it as hurting somebody or, but I was also very conscious of not wanting anybody to know. So clearly, I was worried about it. And it was stupid. Because
See that?
people find out eventually, and I wouldn't have been able to handle it too, I guess. Just not good at lying.
That statement right there where you said you didn't want anybody to find out, you didn't want anybody to know, that shows me that you have guilt in this, you know what I mean? That means a lot to us, you know what I mean? So
Like, we wish you had enough shame not to
go forward to it.
go with it. But I mean, some shame is better than no shame. Do your son have a kid?
I'm old boy is expecting in October.
And the other boy. Like your grandpa. Grandpa is supposed to be a protector. Grandpa is supposed to be wise. Grandpa is supposed to have the answers to everything. Your son's supposed to go to you, Dad. If you have a daughter,
Yes, you're right.
Just curious, how do you think your kids would react? Your two boys would react if they did find out about this. This is me just kind of getting you to face the tough stuff. Disappointed,
Like up down.
right?
I think about it.
Yeah.
did you think about them when you were going through the thing? Well, I was saying the whole ride up here, did you ever think about anybody else besides yourself possibly getting in trouble?
I just think that it would be terrible. My family found out.
Yeah. Where did you tell your wife you were going?
Just working.
Better than ask. Because you're gone a lot anyway, right?
Have you ever stepped out on, I mean, I just can't believe this is your first time stepping out on her. Have you stepped out on her before?
No, I'm not. I mean, there are attractive people I work with, people I interact with.
So why the first time you didn't step out on your wife? Yeah.
It was too good to be true in retrospect. Didn't seem like the only person that was chatting with me consistently. You can see the logs on it. I just knew what's going on with her.
So it seems, I mean, I'm not judging you at all because that's not what we're here for, but it seems like most of the logs that I read, and I haven't read them all, but it seemed like it was just straight up nothing but driven for you. You know what I mean? So I didn't really see, I didn't see any emotional connection.
Yeah, I was kind of addicted to the feeling of helping me.
Right. Right.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
That's fair enough.
Your Instagram,
Appreciate that. I did.
how did your Instagram get deleted? How did it get deleted?
Well, it's just I liked a lot of other pictures and stuff of younger girls.
Other girls.
Definitely trying to put the young side.
So,
Yeah.
were there images sent of, I'm not saying you were the one who took them. I'm not saying you're the one.
Iceland. Iceland. Meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow meow. Meow meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Guess you can't do two at once, can you?
I'ma join you.
Come on. Come on.
tweet. We're getting hammered here again. Welcome back to Loose and Loose. My name's David. Today we're talking about Donald Trump making an executive decision to cancel the import rule into America, which essentially affects every country on earth. It's designed to go after Temu and AliExpress cheap goods going into China, but now it's just hammering everyone, including Canadians and small businesses. Just another challenge here in Canada. We've also got the CBC refusing to use data on their streaming network called GEM. The numbers must be bad. We got a whole bunch of stuff here. Let's jump into this. Starting this one off, we've got O'T2h with some new polling data. Abacus data on an Ontario poll. Doug Ford's progressive, conservatives, not conservative. 53% plus 3% liberals, 10%. This falls in line with what we're seeing with the federal conservatives. Numbers going up, liberals going down. Why people keep supporting Doug Ford, I don't know. If you look in the comments here, there's a lot of people who won't vote for Doug Ford. The conservatives, but won't vote for Doug Ford. Makes sense. Doug Ford doesn't have any serious opponents. That's really the truth of it in Ontario. That's why he keeps winning there. We've got this one here. Protests going on at the CRA. Fed up Canadians say no one at the CRA is making their call. The union says it's set to get worse. Job losses. More than 5% of callers are getting to speak to an agent. Union 5%. 5 out of every 100 people get to speak with someone at the CRA. I had an issue with a form I filled in 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I filled in one box and it took me a year and a half to fix it. The CRA refused to pay me the money they owe me for a year and a half, and I counted like $400 to get them to fix it. Got this one from Tabletop. It says, okay, I'm hearing a lot of people who are being laid off in Canada this week. Something is going on, and I don't like it. He's asked which province, Ontario out east too. Companies are leaving Canada or shutting down. Companies struggling